We referred a friend recently to Dr. Erickson, and they had a daughter that had had braces by another orthodontist, and they decided to bring their other daughter here to get braces. And so when I talked with her about it afterwards, she shared with me how impressed she was, and she had a very similar experience to ours in that in the initial meeting, Dr. Erickson spent a lot of time talking with her daughter and answering her questions and addressed her, and really from the beginning he begins building a bridge of communication with, with my daughter or whoever the patient is. And that's really foundational, so that when my daughter comes in, she feels like she has that freedom, that relationship with him to be able to share with him whatever pain she may be having or concerns that she might have. Savannah was concerned when her palate was expanding that the gap between her front teeth was getting bigger, and she was very honest with him about it, and he was very patient to explain to her, yes, it's going to get bigger, but then it'll get smaller over time, but we're going to have to go through that before it'll, we can begin to close it up. And he's just very patient to answer every question. I know in our initial meeting, the questions that we had, he probably hears all day, every day from every new patient he has, and yet he never made us feel like our questions were tired or ridiculous or unreasonable. He really treated them sincerely, and like I said earlier, he really labored to make sure that our concerns or questions that we had were answered and that we didn't leave wondering what the process was going to be. We actually had a couple of options for treatment, a couple of different ways we could go, and he wanted to make sure that we understood all of our options. If we went with this plan or if we went with this treatment plan, he wanted to make sure that we understood what our options were so that we could make the best decision. He didn't come in and say, well, this is the problem and this is how we're going to fix it, but he really involved us in the decision process, and I really respect him and appreciate that.